Hello again. There was a time when masculinity, the idea of men being manly and chivalrous, was prized, and boys were taught how real men should be, the ideals to which they should aspire. Taking care of one's family, helping the weak, protecting women, standing up to bullies, all this was part of the background culture of boys in Britain. At the same time, British boys were taught that they were the heirs and inheritors of a great tradition, that their nation had been a civilizing influence in the world and had helped to raise up parts of Africa and Asia until they were approaching a similar level to Europe. In those days, not really so very long ago, a boy could grow up being proud to be British and proud to be a boy too. Those days are, of course, long gone. With the feminisation of education, and indeed our entire culture, being male is no longer something to be proud of. Quite the reverse. Men have been responsible for all the evils in the world, from the wars to the slave trade, from gang rapes to casual sexism and capitalism. Manliness is something to be shunned and avoided, and boys are taught that it would be a wonderful thing if they were more like girls. This general feeling reaches its most perfect expression in transsexualism, when parents and teachers celebrate the fact that a boy wishes to wear a skirt and call himself Mary. At the same time, whiteness has also come to be viewed as something undesirable. White children are routinely indoctrinated in British schools with the idea that they enjoy something called white privilege, and that their ancestors have been responsible for immeasurable wickedness, from enslaving Africa to wrecking the world's climate through the Industrial Revolution. The history of Britain is rewritten to show British boys that their fathers and grandfathers were as bad as the Nazis. With such a worldview being forcefully thrust upon our boys in school, is it any wonder that they are rejecting the educational system in general? These children and adolescents may perhaps not be articulate enough to voice their grievances or even set them out in a rational way, but they feel instinctively that something is wrong, that they are being deceived, sidelined, and made to feel ashamed simply because they are white boys and for no other reason. No wonder they want no part of this poisonous and dishonest belief system and all that is associated with it. They switch off from education and reject all that they're being taught. Working class white boys are now failing in British schools, falling behind all other ethnicities and classes educationally. This dreadful state of affairs is not being treated as something which must be dealt with as a matter of urgency by the academics and intellectuals who are forever wringing their hands about the plight of immigrant children in our schools, because at the back of their minds they are thinking, serves them right. Those devising new theories, together with the people running our universities, have no time at all for white working class people. Universities like Cambridge are now putting together a new package of scholarships and bursaries designed specifically for black British students. But do you think they'll be wanting to give a leg up to the failing white working class students? They will not, because they secretly despise them. This is one of the scandals of our time in this country, and yet nobody seems at all bothered by it, which I find a little bit odd.